Yo, what's up guys? In today's video I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls news, rumors, and updates. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Leave a quick like on today's video, it takes a second, helps me out a lot. And some comments and questions below today's video as well. Also check out my last video if you guys missed it. Arturis was talking to the media and he was talking about how the Chicago Bulls are open to make any moves or trades at the NBA trade deadline. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into it. And let me just first off say, last night's game versus the Mavs was really ugly. You know, the Chicago Bulls big three of Demar, Vuce, and Zach really all struggled from the field. It was just an ugly game overall. You know, I expected a loss to come sooner or later. All good things come to an end. But hey, I'll always take a 9-game win streak no matter what. That was a fun few weeks that the Bulls had. I saw they haven't lost a game or didn't lose a game since, like, I believe it was December 10th or 11th. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into the news and updates real quick. And huge shout out to Rob on Twitter. He's a Bulls insider. He always covers any news and updates and injury news like that. And he put out some pretty important, I'd say pretty big news surrounding Patrick Williams. And he did say that Patrick Williams' left wrist cast is off and it is now replaced by a removable brace. I saw a bunch of Bulls fans on Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere like that throwing up pictures of Pat without his brace on or his cast on, and everyone was being really excited and such. Billy Donovan said the surgery went really well and he was very detailed, adding that the focus now is for Patrick Williams to build back his strength and range of his motion with his left wrist or forearm. And in the meantime of all that, Billy Donovan said that the Bulls have put a lot of film study and scouting report work on Patrick Williams' plate, so that's great to hear as well. Billy Donovan said he was talking to Patrick Williams a little bit. He said, I think it's opened up some things for him, being a young player that he's been able to see. You know, that's all great news to hear about Patrick Williams. That's cool that he's been studying a lot of film and scouting reports as well. You know, just I'd say a week ago, I was talking about how he is, like, how there's been some rumors and talk about how he can return earlier than expected. And with all these news coming out, I truly do expect him to return before the season ends. So that's great news for the Chicago Bulls, because I know the Bulls just won 9 games in a row or whatever, and they've been playing pretty solid basketball, especially after going through all the COVID issues, injury issues, and all of that. You know, this Bulls team is definitely missing Patrick Williams at the 4 to guard the other team's best player at times. And some more quick little injury updates. You know, Javonte Green is still a few weeks away from playing, Billy Donovan does say. That definitely hurts. We definitely miss Javonte Green with the starting lineup. Just the energy that he brings. He's always rebounding the ball, playing good defense, always trying to dunk on someone. The Chicago Bulls are definitely going to miss him for a couple more weeks. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on Javonte Green. And now on to Alex Caruso. You know, he's still in COVID-19 protocols. Billy Donovan said he's doing well. He also said his numbers are doing better, but it's still unclear when he'll get cleared and return to practice and playing. You know, last night versus the Mavs, you could tell that the Bulls really missed Javonte Green and Alex Caruso's defense, especially in the pick and roll game. I feel like the Mavs were just destroying the Bulls in the pick and pop and pick and roll game all last night. But nonetheless, leave some comments and questions below today's video talking about those updates and injury updates. And the next topic in today's video is about the Chicago Bulls possibly adding a power forward at the NBA trade deadline, some NBA trade targets and buyout targets, and huge shout out to Mark Shanowski. He was talking about this whole situation. You know, in my last video, I was talking about how there was a lot of talk about a lot of Bulls fans wanting the Bulls to sign DeMarcus Cousins. Obviously, just the other day, he did sign a 10-day contract with the Denver Nuggets. And Mark did say, you know, I heard from a lot of Bulls fans who wanted the front office to sign DeMarcus Cousins. Mark said he just doesn't really fit with the Bulls style and how Billy Donovan wants to play. Mark continued and he said if the Bulls look to add to the roster anyway, it will most likely be a power forward who can shoot threes and switch defensively on pick and rolls. And I agree, you know, I would have loved DeMarcus Cousins on this roster. I do feel like he could have helped the Chicago Bulls in some needs and fits that we are currently missing. I feel like he just brings toughness off the Bulls bench, solid defense, rebounding, three-point shooting. But, you know, I understand that he might not fit the way Billy Donovan wants to play. So definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about the Bulls missing out on Cousins. And since then, Mark put out another tweet and he was talking about Coby White. Let me just say, huge shout out to Coby White. He has been playing amazing basketball in the Chicago Bulls 9-game win streak. And let me just say, I do owe Coby White an apology for kind of bashing him and talking about a bunch of trade talks surrounding his name. He's really stepped up his play and played amazing basketball as of lately. Mark did say, seeing Coby White shoot the ball as well as he has recently just reinforces my belief that the Bulls aren't likely to make a major trade at the NBA trade deadline. Just in my last video, I was talking about how I don't expect any big trades to go down, but I could be wrong. Mark did continue and he said Coby White's quick strike scoring will be valuable in the playoffs, and I agree. And he said the Chicago Bulls can add a veteran power forward in the buyout market. That's what I expect to happen for this upcoming NBA trade deadline. And speaking of trade candidates or buyout candidates, huge shout out to Chris on Twitter. He's a Bulls insider and he always talks about anything Chicago Bulls related. And he put together a quick little list of some Chicago Bulls trade candidates and some potential buyout candidates that wouldn't require the Chicago Bulls trading Patrick Williams. I'll make sure to throw up the list for you guys. There's definitely a few names that I'd be interested in. I mean, just in my last video, I was breaking down Gabriel Deck's game. Definitely check out that video. Looking at this list, I would love for the Chicago Bulls to get Larry Nance. I doubt the Blazers would ever buy him out, though. It would more than likely require a trade. It does look like the Blazers might blow it up at the trade deadline. Who knows? The Blazers have really struggled. But if at any point in this season the Blazers do buy out or want to trade Larry Nance, I would hope the Chicago Bulls would be all over that. I feel like he'd be a great power forward to add to the starting lineup or just coming off the Bulls bench. He's very athletic, a good defender, and he's just very versatile, and I feel like he could bring the Chicago Bulls a lot of help. Looking at this list, I really wish the Bulls could get Thaddeus Young back on this roster. Due to a bunch of NBA rules and stuff, they can't unless he's traded to another team and then waived, which is highly unlikely, so that definitely sucks. Thaddeus Young would be a perfect player on this roster for the Bulls. So definitely let me know if any of these guys on this list interest you and if you guys would want the Bulls to possibly trade or any of these guys get bought out if the Bulls should target one of them. And the final topic in today's video is about the Bulls front office scouting more players. I feel like this Chicago Bulls front office are never taking any days off. They're always scouting, always on the phone, looking at potential trades or any way to make this team better. Just the other day, they did attend the Windy City Bulls game. They were watching Mac McClung play. Huge shout out to Daniel Greenberg for putting this tweet out. He said that they were scouting players on the Windy City Bulls game and watching Mac play. That's super cool that the Bulls front office is obviously supporting the Windy City Bulls and always scouting players and looking to get better. I mean, I remember I made a video about a month or two ago maybe, and they were scouting players and scouting potential draft picks that early before the middle of the season of the NBA season. So that's incredible. I love this front office. They're always working, always scouting, always trying to improve this team. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and all the updates and news that I talked about. Thank you guys for all the love on the channel and the past few videos. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.